Hi, I'm Randy Hollenbeck, and this is the Music Roundtable. Today on the show, we have David from alternative rock band The Orphan The Poet.
Hey, Randy, thanks for having me, man.
Two-step marmalade, fever shake. I'm like a juiced up tidal wave every day. Crash my car just to cause a scene. I'm gonna flip my spliff like I'm Steve McQueen. Soak my shoes in a gasoline. I got these Motown moves from a magazine. Two-step marmalade, fever shake. I'm like a juiced up tidal wave every day.
I just wanted to start out by getting into some of your history. How did you get into music? What age?
Oh man, I gotta dig way back for that. I think I always wanted to be involved in music somehow. I remember being a very small kid and like begging my parents to like, can I play an instrument or whatever. I think the first thing I tried was piano as like a child, and I was terrible at it. I never practiced, and then finally, I don't know how I got to it. One day I was like, hey, can I try the guitar? And I think it just clicked. And hey, look who it is! Get in here, Jake. Special guest.
It was okay. I just drove over here from my house.
Okay. We were talking about how we got started in music, just from like a personal level. But to anyone who's realizing what the heck's going on here, there's a crazy power outage in Columbus.
We started this interview and I didn't have power. I lost power, and then I just drove over here and ran through David's front door.
Because also it is silly that we like don't normally do this. We
No.
we will like FaceTime from 3 blocks away. It's hilarious. Anyway, how did you get your start in music?
I could just jump right into it. Real. I grew up in a very small town where like kind of no one played music, and I had an older cousin that played drums, and he kind of started showing me bands like Blink-182 and Green Day, and that's where I just like fell in love with it. And when I started doing it from like 12 years old.
Yeah, kind of the same time for me. It's like I think it's at like 10, 11, 12 is where you really start thinking like, ooh, like bands are cool. I want to be in a band.
When did you realize that you wanted to do it like that's what I want to do with my life kind of a thing?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like it was like almost immediately. I was like, what if it's like that's just what you do?
Same. Yeah. I think like I would be curious to talk to any like professional musician on like, was it like from the jump learning guitar, this is what I'm going to do?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Can you guys name some of your musical influences?
I'm sure they're about the same.
It's I think with any like musician, it's like it changes from day to day, maybe from hour to hour. But like some of my like ride or dies, like we both like love Green Day.
Yeah,
I love Weezer. There's just some like I don't know bands that like I think probably made the first influence, and you kind of just always kind of like latch onto them and want to kind of keep them with you, sort of thing. What about you?
Same. I think Blink-182, Green Day, like those Weezer, those bands like we grew up on, and then like on top of that, I think we talk about it a lot, but like now there's a lot of just like song influence. I think like we'll hear a song and we'll both like geek out and this is happening and that's happening, and I think song focus is a big thing for us. So like there's a new Upsall song that I like a lot right now. I'm sure there's a bunch of like just songs that you're like, this is a really cool song.
That is interesting too, because I think growing up, it's like I had so much of my like identity tied up in like I listen to this band, and I listen to this band, and you're like a Metallica fan, and I'm a it was very much like this identity wrapped up. But yeah, I think you're right. Now it's like being able to like just pick, like almost cherry pick things from every place, be it a song, be it just a riff or whatever.
Yeah. And like you were saying, I was talking to some people the other day and we were talking about how, what you were saying, like anybody could have any genre and not be afraid to say, "Hey, I like this genre," but you're supposed to like heavy metal, kind of like that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been like too. I don't know. Looking back, I don't think I've ever really believed in like guilty pleasures or anything like
Right.
that. Like I unabashedly loved the Backstreet Boys when I was a kid, but also listened to Blink-182 and also now listen to pop music. Sometimes the other day in the band on tour, we had just like a night where we just like kept playing heavy metal songs.
Oh, we went down
we
like
were
the
just
most
like moshing in the van.
metalcore, like, oh yeah, and it wasn't it wasn't a guilty pleasure. It was just a pleasure.
This
pleasure.
is sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So finding something you love in any genre, I think, is even like country music. I think some people
Oh,
are
yeah,
like,
I love country.
no, country music. But I mean, we grew up. I'm sure most of the people in your town listen to country music.
Oh,
most of the people in my
absolutely.
town listen to country music. So
Yeah.
How did you guys form as a band?
So like Jake mentioned, we both grew up in small, tiny towns you would never even know existed. But like nowhere close to each
like
other.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Later,
So
right?
like he was up here, I was down here. Like we would have never met. But I think we both realized that we like music, and so I think we attached ourselves to like a bigger city and just tried to get into like a place with a scene. You know what I mean? Where there's bands and venues and whatnot. But I think we were both kind of like existing in that cloud of bands and trying to figure out what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
We kind of knew of each other,
Sure.
that
And
sort of
then-
thing.
And then we started playing music together,
Yeah.
and then eventually like started making music we really liked together, and started this project a couple years ago, and here we are.
How did you come up with the band name?
Oh, okay. So I'm going to tell anyone who ever is thinking about starting a band, finding the band name is the worst part. Like you will write songs, you will be ready to walk out the door and go on tour, and you'll say, "Oh wait, we don't have a band name." It's the worst thing. And so this, I don't know, like we came up with this. It's kind of like it's like saying like take what is it, like lemons and make lemonade. Like you can have bad things happen, but turn it into art or something like that. So that's kind of like, I don't know. I think it's like a positive thing.
Yeah.
What city is your band based out of?
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Right in the heart of the city right now.
Heart of the city, no electricity.
Exactly.
Like, we don't need it here.
I wanted to dig in a couple of your songs. You released the Moxie August 2021, and I was wondering, can you tell us what the Moxie is?
Oh,
I like that question. Moxie, it's like it's a bit of an essence. It's a bit of a.
I feel like you're gonna say Genesis.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about that is, like, we were working on the song, and for a long time, it was just I got it, I got it, and then you called me one day, and you're like, hey, like, I think I know what we got.
Yeah, what we got is the Moxie.
Like you were hesitant about telling me. I could tell in your voice when you're like, I think the Moxie, and I was immediately just like, yup, that's it.
That's it. But yeah, okay. So the Moxie is it's like it's your own essence. It's what makes you unique, or your own swagger, your own like unabashedly just saying, I might not be like cool in everyone's eyes, but I'm cool in my own eyes, and I'm going to own that. And so that's resonated with me since I was a little kid. Like, I don't know. I feel like I was kind of nerdy at times growing up, and even still. And I think just owning that is, I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah, for sure. Agreed.
But you feel my heat. I got these Motown moves from a magazine. I get juiced up, tired of wet every day.
Mm. How would you come up with a song like that? Would you, like, start out with, like, a bass line or a drum beat?
Um, I think it's happened almost every way possible
Yeah.
writing a song. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it's like a bass line, like Queen Cobra started with just a bass line. The Moxie started with that little guitar riff. Oh no, actually it started, you sent a voice memo of you just kind of like mumbling some words.
Sure. Yeah.
And sometimes it's just like a cool concept or lyric. It's kind of like whatever the starting point is, as long as we both feel like attached to it immediately, then it's just off to the races from there.
Mm-hmm.
Our newest song, "Feelin Good, Could Be Better," came from Matt Squire, our co-writer and producer on the song. Just came in with a little guitar riff and was like, we weren't even working on that song. We were working on a completely different song and decided to take a break and work on something else. And he's like, I have this cool little like guitar chord progression. Like maybe we can do something around that. And then immediately, like 3 hours later, the song was done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the next song I was gonna talk about. "Feeling Good, Could Be Better" came out April 2022. It's a really upbeat song, really catchy. I was wondering if you could tell me a story about that song. Did it come together quickly?
Yeah. Kind of like Jake was just saying. Like that was probably the fastest I might say that a song's ever been like written, and like it was kind of written and recorded in the same moment. Like it wasn't like we wrote this song and then one day we will go record it. No, it was like we wrote it and then like the next hour we were like recording it like as it was coming.
Some of those vocal takes on the song are just David's first take.
Yeah.
Recording those verses.
Which that's crazy too. Usually it's like, you labor over the vocals. Like, it's take after take and this after this, but there was something about Could Be Better that was just like, oh no, like keep it fast and just whatever your first instinct is, like that's probably it.
And that's hats off to Matt Squire we're like historically very like digging in the weeds on everything, trying to make it like perfect and nitpicking every little thing. And it was on him to be like, no, like that's good. Like you're not going to be able to beat that because there's something about your first try that just like you came with the energy, and anything from here on, you're just going to overthink it.
Yeah, like telling us like don't touch it.
Yeah,
like
kid gloves.
Yeah.
On top of it's whatever, feeling good but could be better. Don't stop now and never. Call up my fortune teller. On top of it's whatever, feeling good but could be better. Feeling good but could be better. Feeling good but could be better. I've been to Buffalo. I traveled up the coast. I left my hometown with a backpack full of dirty clothes. Load on the radio, thought of a girl I know. It's just a flashback to a love that I don't even know. Don't stop now and never. Call up my fortune teller. On top of it's whatever. Feeling good but could be better. Don't stop now and never. Call up my fortune teller. On top of it's whatever. Feeling good but could be better.
I noticed in the video there's like these smoke balls coming down from the sky. Like, how did you guys create that?
Finest moment. Okay, so so we are very hands-on with everything, and so when it came time to make a music video, we were all just like brainstorming. Jake and I, our director, everybody. We're just like, what can we do? And I don't know. We were just thinking about any little prop or moment, and I'd found this bubble machine that like fills bubbles with smoke. And I was just like, this is gonna be sick. And also, I don't think anyone believed me when I said it would be sick.
I didn't.
It's such a small part, but I'm just like, yes, it's so cool. But so we get the thing, and I don't know how to run it. It's like this big mechanical box. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And so like we thought. We plugged it in. I don't think it worked for an hour, and I was super bummed. I'm like, man, my idea shot. That was the main thing I was contributing to this music video. But no,
we plugged it in. We just kind of like let it run, and we're like, I don't know. Let's see if something happens. And we just went on to do other things, and then all of a sudden we saw some smoke bubbles start to come out in the corner. We're like, it's working. All right, let's
go. But yeah, it was that video like overall was just super fun. It was just about creating tiny little moments, and I don't know, it's like a collage of weird.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good
Yeah.
phrase.
Yeah, we were talking about your videos, and one of them that stuck out to me was, Queen Cobra with, it looked like the camera angles you made.
That was all. So my sister Hannah has shot a lot of our BTS and some of our music videos, and she hit me with this idea of this like 360. She saw someone doing like a BMX video with this cool 360 camera, which basically it's this like tiny little thing. And honestly, it doesn't look any bigger than like a coffee cup or something like that. It's so small, but it's got a camera on both sides of it, so it kind of looks like an orb, and then you can film everything around you just by holding it. It'll film front, left, right, up, down, everything, and then you put it into the computer, and you can manipulate it from there. Either like invert it completely so it looks like we're walking in like a tube, or like the flip side, which my favorite scene is David hanging outside of a car. Is just like it looks like a planet. You're just like on top of the planet. So yeah, so that was kind of just like that, and in the same way, it was kind of just run and gun. We were just like thinking of ideas on the spot. We had a couple like, oh, let's dance around in this grass, or let's put David in a car, or outside of this like graffiti wall. So we kind of just like almost just ran throughout the city with that camera, and then put something together after.
Also, one scene that really didn't make the cut. There was a small cut of it. We kept trying to get the 360 cam to work on a roller coaster.
Oh my gosh!
Which I think there's a tiny clip of that, but it was the biggest bear because you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to bring this stick and this camera, onto a roller coaster. So I'm like sneaking it, trying to don't look at me, ride operator who's 15 years old and has an authority complex. Don't look at me. And so then going up the first hill, I'm trying to get this thing set up, and it was. Honestly, I wish we would have had BTS of that because that was a mess.
Yeah.
And again, we only got a little snippet out of it, but it was still an interesting day of shooting.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys just got off tour with the Weathers. How did that go?
Amazing.
Yeah, truly. I mean, like I was going to say earlier when we were talking about our new song, but that was one of the first times that we've had a song come out kind of right before the tour starts. So we never know, like, how it's going to go over live. And luckily, like, Weather's bringing us on tour. Their fans just kind of embraced us, and we felt the love almost immediately. But beyond that, like, hats off to their fans because they showed up knowing every word to that song that was only a couple weeks old every day. And it was, I mean, like I feel like I'm almost bragging when I say this, but like halfway through the tour, we had to move that song to the end of our set and start closing with it just because everyone was singing it so loud. And we're like, that's the last song of our set. We can't top that. So it was very cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. My favorite tour ever, probably.
Hands down.
Again, from like everything Jake said, like, Weathers and their fans are amazing. And so it's nice to have a band that, we're fans of. But also, even beside that, it was just like the biggest, just like friendly tour. Like we're best friends with Weathers, Moon Tower, an amazing band who was also on the tour. We got to meet them, and they're amazing people. So that's always just like the icing on the cake when like you can have like good shows, making a lot of fans, but then also just like becoming best friends with the bands you're on tour with. That's the icing on the cake for sure.
For sure.
What do you guys got planned for the rest of 2022?
We got more shows coming up this summer. We have some festivals we're doing.
Stuff.
Yeah, doing festivals through the summer, which is awesome. We love that. The festivals they're different than like the normal show because you get to go kind of watch all the bands you're a fan of and kind of hang out. I always say it's band summer camp.
Yeah.
So that's cool. We'll have some more music coming out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited for the festival stuff. Like David was saying, it is really very much like playing is such a small part of it. Like being on stage obviously is incredible, and those stages are so big that it always just feels like, I don't know, larger than life sometimes. But beyond that, it's like we're done playing, and then we get to go watch every band we're a fan of.
Yeah,
and
it's
that's
great.
Cool. Yeah.
How can we get a hold of you guys? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter?
Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, it's all TOTP band.
Yeah, we also have this really weird Discord, if anyone wants to look that up, where it's mainly us showing weird food pictures and riling everyone up.
That's
so,
probably where we
yeah.
communicate with like
Yeah.
people the most.
I was gonna
with
say,
Discord.
like, yeah, Instagram, Discord, TikTok, it's all good.
Yeah.
Like, we're out there.
That's all the questions I have. Thanks for coming on the show today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
First off, thanks for having us, Randy.
Yeah, thank you.
It was our pleasure. And we hope to see everyone out at a show very soon.
Jake, you got anything?
Shout out to AEP in Columbus, Ohio for my power being gone.
Feeling good, but could be better. Feeling good, but could be better. Feeling good, but could be better. Get yours, I got mine. We all looking for a good time.